When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And down will come baby cradle and all.
Hello and welcome to the Soho Live Spotlight. I'm Vanessa Ayiku and I'm delighted to be joined by Ben Daly, who made the film Fireplace.
Fireplace, yes, that's right.
So we were talking earlier, I should say, we were talking about how it's a bit of a challenge to talk about the film without giving too much away, but do you want to give it a stab for our audience?
Sure, I mean, I can give it the general logline is it's a horror film about a pregnant woman who's stranded in this rented cottage because there's a big snow blizzard outside, and while she's stranded on her own, she starts hearing these strange sounds coming from the fireplace in the house, and so she starts to get a bit paranoid, a bit worried, and that's probably as much as I probably should say. Yeah. The teaser for it. I think that's very
it worked on me. I was telling you earlier that I watched some of the film, then refused to watch the end until daylight. But where did the idea for the film come from?
I was originally kind of working on an anthology feature film, which was like a series of short stories all combined together, and I thought this one felt like it could work quite well as a standalone short, and I thought actually that's quite achievable. Change some bits, make it modern day sort of thing like that, and it's and then I don't know, I think it was just kind of taking a sort of ordinary household thing that you'd be used to and then turning it into something more sinister, which I think is, that can make something very effective out of that, and hopefully, have something where people see that throughout their life and go, oh yes, it reminds me of that film, that sort of thing.
Something memorable that sticks in your mind.
Yeah, it sticks in your mind, yeah.
And so why horror? Is that your thing? Is that the genre that you prefer to work in? Or?
Mostly, horror and sometimes comedy as well. I think it's just having that sense of turning reality on its head in some way, and it's I just always seem to have ideas that go towards more the dark side of things. Not always. I mean, there's so many different types of horror as well. I'm not always like a huge fan of like just overly gory kind of things. It's gonna be fine, but it's just I prefer sort of more creepy, slightly, building up atmosphere and dread and all that kind of thing. And I think it's just fun to sort of play with. Really, you can be very creative in that sense.
And indeed, you were.
Oh, thank you.
So you took it up a notch with Pregnant Lady by themselves,
all
in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
The leading lady was amazing. Remind me of her name.
Fantastic, Lucy.
Lucy.
Yeah.
So essentially, she kind of carried the story. How did you go about casting her?
It was, I think, I'm trying to remember now. I think we kind of just started talking on Twitter, I think.
Oh, really?
It's way back when, and because we both came from Kent, and I'm originally from there. And as I said, we both had that sort of journey from moving from Kent, where there's not as many opportunities obviously in London, so I kind of had that mutual thing. And I thought, I saw some of her work, and I thought, actually, I think she's very good. And I think when I was starting to work on this project, I think she fit it very well, because she's very natural and very didn't feel like I was seeing a big performance sort of thing. She was just really in the character, really in the space sort of, and she was fantastic. Yeah, she was a delight to work with.
So you connected while you were writing it. Did it kind of evolve around her being there to play that part?
Kind of. I think I'm not trying to work out the timing. If I had already spoken to her about it. I think she was always kind of just, once I thought of her in the role, I was like, I can just picture that, And even when I was kind of storyboarding, I was sort of thinking, drawing her similar to. I was like, oh yes, I can imagine her like this. And there's other characters in the film which I can't say too much about, but there was different sort of casting. I think there was more through people that I knew, like the producer knew, and things like that. So in times I've done things off through Mandy and things like that, but this one was purely just through people that me and all the crew knew. So
networking,
that's
the way forward.
Exactly.
So what about the challenges of creating that tension in horror, but with one person? How did you have to build that in one space as well?
Absolutely, I mean, that was kind of the idea, was that it's all self-contained. It's almost like in a theatre play in a way, I suppose. And I think it's because there's the interaction she has on the phone with her boyfriend, so there's that kind of, you get some dialogue, but you never see him. That was deliberate, that she wasn't on FaceTime to see his face, because you want that sort of distance. She feels very
remote.
Alone. So it really was, I guess just it didn't feel too tricky really to kind of direct Lucy, because she was just so good at, when I say just a little bit more fear or a little bit less, and she knew exactly what to do.
Edge it up a tiny bit rather than taking it off the scale. Yeah.
Exactly, and the film very much kind of does the sort of wave of like, a bit more scary, and so it's just a kind of trying to do as much as you can in that sort of confined space, with the added bonus that you can't leave because of this snowfall outside. So it's all that really, everything leading to one point, which is the fireplace. The
bit that we're not going to tell you about.
We're not saying it.
But kind of skirting around the bit we're not going to tell you about. Talk a little bit about the special effects and how you came up with the visuals and the vision for that.
So without saying too much, there was some makeup needed, and Bethany.
There was makeup needed.
Well, special makeup, really, and in fact, there was a bit of costume that we made. This was really well done. It was like a sort of a dress, which again, I won't say too much, but it's that was fantastic to try out different things with that, and I think. Yeah, I wanted to do everything as practical as possible as well. There's bits where you see some snow, and that was with a snow machine. Yeah. We built a set for the inside of the chimney, so that was a challenge in itself. We actually reused part of an old set. We're very lucky to find this 4 columns that they use in another film of this brickwork, and it was perfect, just the right size.
Where did you find that?
Well, it was through someone I know. Is a director. He worked on this other film. And the short film is a war film, and then he said, "Oh, funny enough, I've still got this set built up in Wolverhampton, and so if you wanted, we could try and put this together and then actually make this as part of the film."
Brilliant!
And it was just so lucky. Like otherwise, we would have had to build it from scratch, and that'd be fine. But it turned out ideal, really. So it's sometimes you
never know where
you never know. You just have to ask and hope.
Got to be done.
Yeah.
So can I ask, are you a dad? Where did the tension of not having...
No, I'm not.
Not yet.
I think mainly it was kind of the fact of trying to just do a different type of horror, really. I suppose it was, instead of just going for the classic, there's a threat of death or all that kind of thing, which is obviously used a lot in horror. But it was just kind of trying to think of something that would hit a nerve. And you have to be delicate with it. You can't be too, with something that is like that. So I tried not to go too far with it, but enough to kind of get a response, and
it worked.
I think, and it's sort of, it just felt like it has been used in horrors, I think, the sort of the baby thing, like Rosemary's Baby and all that kind of stuff, but I just thought I could go a different direction with it,
and it's almost left to the last.
Yes.
Again.
Well, exactly. Aspect. Leave some sort of dot.
Yeah, exactly.
Open ending, sort of where would it go? But
it left me hyperventilating a little bit.
That was the intention.
Thank you. Again, it worked. A treat. And is there any plan to look at a feature version of it, or
I mean, I kind of thought of that in mind, just if it did come around. I'd have to, if it got interest, then I would definitely have a think about, how we'd expand it. If you could add more to the story, and because it is a self-contained story, which is nice. It's like it's not just a little scene of something. It still works in a story, So I don't know. Maybe there's a chance. And again, it's
watch this space.
Yeah, exactly. And the advantage is it is something that could be done cheap, because. Like a lot of horror films.
Funders like that. Yeah.
Yes. Like a lot of horror films, they are done for little to no money, So there is the advantage of that. So we'll see. And that's kind of the direction I'd like to go in, to make a feature film, whether it's this or whether it's other. I've got other feature film scripts, we'll see where it goes. But And
are you doing the festival circuits at the moment?
Yes, we've been doing it for a little while now. We started end of last year, actually.
Okay.
So I did a kind of last flurry of submitting to some more, and then thinking, okay, that's probably enough now, because you can spend all your money on these things, but you want to kind of make it worthwhile and choose the ones that you think it's going to be, good, and ones you want to go exactly that. Yeah. No, but it's actually my friend who's got his film in here as well.
Okay. Which film's that?
It's Grandma is Thirsty.
Ah, okay.
Chris, he directed, and he mentioned this, and he said, "Oh, it'd be great if we both submit to it. It'd be lovely if we both get into it," and we both did. Yes. So that was really nice. And yeah, so we both work in Soho, which is an added bonus, you know, that
Great,
we've just found the corner. So a local book festival.
So we will be seeing you in January then.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today.
Pleasure.
And everybody here, make sure you join us at Soho Lift in January to watch The Fireplace as part of our festival for 2026.